Right, morning tubers. It's cold. Right, doing something a bit off topic. I'm not doing me building stuff. Doing something as a bit of a hobby project, if you like, just to see where I can go with it. So a couple of weeks back, my mate John Boy wanted me to take him up to Wakefield to pick a car up. Anyway, it was a Mini, and I thought, hey, do you know they're not a bad little car, these? So anyway, a few weeks go by, and he says, hey, Mick, this is one online. Yo, I'm going dead cheap, and I'm saying dead cheap. It failed its MOT on emissions only. Everything else was fine. It's got full service history, it's got receipts, it's got an Haynes instruction manual, believe it or not. All the MOT certificates, it's got a wealth of, what we call it, back history. Everything works on it, there's nothing wrong, it runs. It does exactly what it says on the tin. So, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for this car, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, it's in this garage here, it's not my garage. And what we're going to do is, we're just going to have a quick look around it, and I want you to, if possible, give me some ideas. I'm not a mechanic, but there's a couple of things which I've sort of noticed, which I'll show you in a minute as to why it failed its emissions. Correct me if I'm wrong, like I say, it's a big learning curve for me, but I want to look at changing the styling on it, maybe dechroming it, doing a few things like that. But if you've got any suggestions or anybody's got one of these Minis, yeah, let us know. It's a Mini One 2009 1.4. Yeah, so what we're going to do is open the garage door and we'll take a look inside. Alright, see you in a bit. And here he is. Now I'm saying he because my mate John, who helped me get this, and he's been doing bits and bobs with me already, he's called it Buster, not me. Alright, so if it gets too referred to the name Buster, that was his idea. And it's because his sister's car got exactly the same colour as this, and she called it Blanche. Anyway, I've just lifted the bonnet, so don't worry about that just in a minute. Right, so looking at the front, it's fine. You've got the odd little nick, which it's a 2009. It's 15 years old, approaching 16 years old. The fogs were a bit misted up, but there's chrome everywhere. So what are your thoughts about dechroming it? Right, let's take a look downside now. I ain't got any lighting. Hang on a minute, I have got some lighting. Wait a minute. Right, yeah, so as you can see, down the sides we've got chrome ring mirrors. These caps come off. You can get stick-on ones, but I think I'd rather get the full things. But all the doors good. Looking down here, all the sides of the doors are good. All the shuts are good. There's no rust. Yeah, it's a bit grubby. We'll look inside in a minute. So obviously it's a two-door. We've got the boot there. There's no peeling or anything. All good. Centre rear light. Boot here, and then we've got the full inflating kit. Yeah, and then in here there's a little jack and stuff. So I don't know if that's supposed to sit in there. I don't know. But anyway, it's got an original doodah. The seats fall down. That's all right. Got a 12-volt supply there, which I hadn't noticed before. That's always comes in handy. The same here. I just folded this in, but look at that. Clean as a clean thing, straight as a die, no dinks, no dents. Yeah, chrome filler cap, alloys. One of the alloys is a bit blistered. I can't remember which one it was. Right, anyway, if we look inside, so we've got this big massive speedo thing here. We've got this old style CD player here. A couple of cup holders, 6-speed box, handbrake. Yeah, then what we've got the glove box here. Now in the glove box, it's got this little that turns, and when you've got your air conditioner on, you can open it. That lets cool air into there. So if you've got some sandwiches or cold drink or whatever, you can keep it cool in there. And then this particular model has a little secret cubbyhole in there, like that. Yeah, so let's just step out. Like I say, it's all nice and clean. Let's just one seat back. 2 back seats. Nice and fresh. Yeah, all the mirrors work and do what they're supposed to do. So, obviously on this guy there's a lot of black plastic. I mean, I don't know what's gone on there. But, we might be able to just get a cheap bottom valance for that. Bring the colour back on these wings. We'll use the heat gun trick along the bottom of the door sills as well. Same on this arch and along here. Get all them done and get the rear arches cleaned up. But overall, what do you think? I'm not going to say how much I paid for this car because that'd spoil the video. Alright, let me just flip the bonnet. Right, what I've done is I've took the air filter out and the air box. I've lifted this up, I've covered the pipe up there. But this here, look, this doesn't fit loose, it doesn't fit tight. So I think with that wobbling around like that, that is causing problems with the air intake and it's going to lose vacuum. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've got the snaky thing here which goes through to where the air gets inducted. This here, as far as I'm aware, this is just to weaken the amount of air intake anyway. There's nothing in there, it's just a void. And I've seen people put in sports air boxes on or whatever it is. I don't know what they're called, air filters. So yeah, this is broken. So that's not holding a tight seal in there. And I'm sure there should be some sort of seal around there and on here. I don't know if we can get this on camera, but one of the lugs here, oh, stop the screen going off. One of the lugs here is fractured off, so it's not locking in correctly. So I've took this off and there's a mini spare place in the city centre, but I've also found out that they use these on Peugeots and Citroens because this is a Peugeot engine in the early ones, and I know people are saying, oh yeah, Peugeot, but this engine is way under miles for a 15-year-old car. It hasn't reached 100,000 yet. I think it's just ticked over at 90,000, but it's 15, approaching 16 years old, with full service history, everything else. So it's been looked after. So that's my first thing I need to look at getting fixed. So let me just put that back down there. There's the air filter. It looks doesn't look too bad, but I don't know, it looks a bit grubby, doesn't it, on top? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be replacing all that anyway. Battery there, the guy had been stood for 8 months, so the battery was flat. Is what it is, isn't it? I put it on charge and all the rest of it. It seems to be doing what it's supposed to do now. I think that's supposed to be in there. I think that's supposed to be a lid on there. Coolant. I mean, all this will get done. It's below the minimum. I don't think there's any. No, there's been no pooling or anything like that, so it's not leaky from anywhere. So, but we'll give all that a clean out anyway. Screen wash is what it is. There's no milky stuff on the underside of here. The only thing is, the lad who had it, he learnt it to driving. So from where he lived to where he worked, must have been 1.5 miles. Few minutes journey, and that's the only miles it did every day. So they never serviced it for him learning and beyond. So we'll give it a full oil service. That's within my hands, and John Boy's going to help me anyway. I'll give him something to do now he's retired. But yeah, we'll get all the oil done, the head and everything. You'll see here I've got a bag on the end. That's just to keep any crap going in there. The headlights need a bit of a polish. Bring you down so you can see here. All right, down here. Like I say, it will have passed its MOT because the beam's down here. But I say the only thing it failed on was its emissions. So same with there with that headlight. So I'm thinking, all right, the emissions. Do you think that airbox had anything to do with it? I think it would, because surely that's going to affect the air fuel mixture. Now the guy has got receipts. When he gave me it, he gave me receipts for PCV valve that was changed, or pipe or something. It had an engine flush. What else? It had a full service, and it passed. So, but when he's come to do it next time, it hasn't passed. So he thinks it's the same things again. I don't think the duct or the valve has failed again. So I honestly think it's to do with the air filtering system, and I think that's what the issue is here. But, I mean, it's a bit grubby under here, but you know what car isn't? But I've noticed as well, all these chrome things, these can just pop off. So do I use Plasti Dip to get these off and make them black, or do I look at how cheap are they? Is it cheap enough just to get the new outer bezels? Also, another thing I've seen is people putting the black stripes on the front. Does that make a difference to people like that? Yeah, alright, let me just get the keys. Right, in with the key.
We're the #1 buyers of corn.
Turn that down. Right, so this is a display what comes with the car, and this little orangey LED thing, and then this strange looking CD. Let's see if I can put the lights on. Does that make any difference? It might make a bit of difference. Like I said earlier, 6-speed. These two controls are for your left and right windows to wind up and down. Fog lights, spotlights, so fog light at the back, low spotlights at the front, central locking, air conditioning, so that goes all over there, and then you can switch it on there. Obviously the engine's not running. You got a display there. Another thing you got is turn these off. When your headlights are on, you get these little lights here. But did you know you could change the colour of them by pressing this little lever here and keeping it on? And look, changing colours. Red. I'll bring it back to blue. There we are. I don't know what the purpose of them is, to be honest. But anyway, it's just a little thing. But they come on when you got your headlights on. So I'm just going to turn them off now anyway. Do you know, I have never noticed that before. Well, I'll go to the bottom of our stairs. So I'm just looking at the sun visors. Pulling this one down, pulling this one down. And you'll see you've got a grab handle there. But obviously in UK right and drive. Look at that! We've got one there to block the sun out. Now, how many times does somebody grab that and spin it around? That is absolutely ingenious. Who would have thunked it? Yeah. Mirror, and it's got one of them, you turn the knob and it's, you know, if you get glaring from behind you, you can just twist it up, or the sunlight or whatever. So yeah, there's another little nice feature. But, it's a nice comfortable seat. You wouldn't think these seats were as old as they are. But yeah. Well, there's another cut point there. I haven't seen. I wonder. Let's move that back. I don't know if there's any USBs or anything like that in here. I think there's an auxiliary port down there, but I don't think it's got a USB attached to it. Right. Let's take the key out, push it in and out. Did I turn them off? Yeah. So, oops. Oh, just say hello to the dog. So that's the introduction to Set Car Buster. What do you think? Hit me up in the comments, but I'm really serious about this. I'm either going to look at doing it up, and hopefully by the time I've done it, I'm not going to be putting any miles on it, but by the time I've done everything I wanted to do, I should be able to maybe give it to my daughter, and she can use it to bomb around in when she gets of age to driving. You know, I work anyway, but this is just going to be a hobbyist thing. Or I might even just sell it on. You never know. There might be another one in the pipeline. You never know. But yeah, let us know what you think. Styling, anything I could do to it to improve its performance, dechroming, all that stuff. Changing the stereo for an Android CarPlay / Android Auto. Yeah, what do you think? Let me know. Right, thanks for watching this on the Mini. If you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, please like, subscribe, all the rest of it. Like I said, my main channel is based around construction, not cars. So I'll be putting this out on a different day anyway. But yeah, just a bit of fun, innit? Bit of fun. Right, I'll see you all in